You might have heard that the source of Muslim law is the Quran, the foremost source of Muslim law. But have you ever pondered upon that what is the source of the Quran? Now you might have got the answer from anywhere, or either from your Muslim friends, or if you are a Muslim, then from your father, mother, or your Imam Maulvis, that the source of the Quran is divine, the Allah. But do you know the really what the fact is? The Quran was revealed by the Muhammad. Now Muhammad was the human, just as you and me. Now Muhammad said that Quran has been revealed to him by through angel Jibril from Allah. Now this has been said by the Muhammad. Now this statement, who is the source of this statement? Muhammad. And deep down he knew that if we don't say that the source of this book is Allah, then people won't believe it. Yes, this is the hard fact. And whatever I am saying, this can be understood by you only if you are a deep meditator, only if you have dived inside yourself deep. Muhammad was too a meditator. Muhammad's people were as much illiterate that they don't even know to read and write. That's why the very first word of the Muhammad after getting enlightenment was ilm. Ilm means knowledge, acquire knowledge, gain knowledge, read and know the knowledge. That's why this was the very first of the words of Muhammad. But if we see in other religions, if we see in the case of Buddha, then the people of Buddha or the disciples of the Buddha were not illiterate, as in the case of Muhammad. Disciples of Mahavir were not illiterate. That's why the very first words of Buddha and Mahavir was not the ilm or was not something related to knowledge. Their very first words were beyond it, because people were already knowledgeable. Their disciples were already knowledgeable. There is a very huge difference between the disciples of Mahavir and Buddha and Muhammad. The disciples of Muhammad were illiterate, uneducated, no doubt. But before the birth of Muhammad, people were believing Allah. They were having faith. So Muhammad find it a very good way to make people understand by using the term Allah, because they were already believing it, and by saying someone that this has been said by Allah, those people will easily understand and will accept it without any opposition. So this was the technique used by Muhammad, because Muhammad was compelled to use this. Because if we had said the reasonings like Mahavir and Buddha, then people won't get it. Because even to understand reasonings, rational, one has to be literate and one should have adequate knowledge. But this was absent in the disciple of Muhammad. But this was not the case in the disciples of Mahavir and Buddha. That's why whenever an illiterate person or an educated person try to understand Buddha or Mahavir, he can't able to understand them because they were too educated and their disciples were too educated. And the words they say, though in local language they have said of the time, but with the reasonings they have explained their disciples. That's why this is the reason. And I, being a deep meditator, I know the deep reason why Muhammad said that the Quran has been given by the Allah. If Muhammad had said that these are my words, then people won't believe it. People would not believe it at that time. So to make people believe, Muhammad had to use the source of Allah. Had Muhammad born in India, then Muhammad would not have used Allah as a source. Muhammad would have said that these are my words, the Quran. So, though in the eyes of world and in the eyes of many Muslims, the source of Quran is the Allah, but only the deep meditators, no matter whether he or she is a Muslim or a Jain or a Christian or a Hindu, no, that doesn't matter. The deep meditator knows the deep reason and the real thing, that the source of Quran was Muhammad himself, not the Allah. And that's why we also see in Jainism and Buddhism and even in Bhagavad Gita, nowhere in any writings it has been given that these are the words of the God or Allah. No. Even in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, it has not given that this is the words of the God. It is just simple that these words are said by the Krishna. This is a simple conversation between Krishna and Arjun, as it is. But from the writer of Bhagavad Gita, he has never emphasized that these are the words of the God. Mind it. Though people have made Krishna as their God, that is their affair. But the writer of the Gita has never emphasized himself that these are the words of God, just as Muhammad emphasized for the Quran. So, the source of Quran is not the Allah but the Muhammad. Subscribe if you find this video helpful and share this video.